Hey guys, welcome back to What Men Talk About. This is Carlos, and right here we have Sacramento's one and only three-time world champ, Tony the Tiger Lopez.
And I'm still here. We're back finally. We've been getting a little bit gorditos. We've been eating a lot, but we're still going to the gym. There's a lot of things going on. Lately, the last couple months has been really rough. But we'll be getting our stuff together. Hopefully, we get a place soon. We're at Tony's house today. Definitely being a pleasure having him. Make sure you guys check out 12 rounds of adrenaline. That's where we've been actually recording on there for the last couple months every Sunday. So go ahead and subscribe to that one too. All right, guys. I'll let Carlitos do his thing.
So how you doing today, Tony?
I'm doing all right. How you doing today, Carlito?
I'm doing good.
All right.
It's always, I'm breathing, I'm walking,
You're
I'm
above
alive,
dirt.
I'm above dirt. So that's
That's
a
right.
good day to me. I'm gotta
That's
be
right.
grateful. So, like I told everybody, Tony Tiger Lopez, three-time world champion.
Yes, sir.
So, right here, what we want to teach our audiences how to be successful. You're one of our biggest success stories in Sacramento. So we wanted to see how what it is that got you there. So, first question we have right here. So, how do you feel about the current state of boxing compared when you were competing to what it is right now?
Oh, it's changed. It's changed a lot. I'll keep my answers short because this can go on forever. But you know, I used to love boxing. Not so much. You know, I think the biggest thing that happened to boxing is they're paying fighters way too much money. Watch this. I mean, let's say me and you're the champion. I'm the challenger. I'm fighting you for your title. You know, let's say they're going to pay you $30 million. They're paying me $10 million. I lose. I walk home with $5 million. I'm a millionaire. Do I really care? You know, was I really supposed to train hard for that fight? Maybe if I did, I would have trained harder. You know, maybe if I didn't make so much, and they said, "Hey, Tony, you whoop this guy. Your next fight, you'll be making $30 million. And your next fight, you make $100 million." Oh, okay, different story. But you know, that's not really how it goes. People are going there, they're fighting. I mean, everybody wants money, but you know, and everybody wants that $100 million payday. But you know, when you go in there taking home 3 or 5, you're still a millionaire.
It's still a good day.
Yeah, it's not a bad day at the office.
Win, lose, or draw, right?
Right.
And still go home a
Not a
millionaire.
bad day.
So based off your experience, especially because you were boxing when the sport was definitely a lot harder, I would say. What is something that you learned from boxing?
Move your head.
Something I need to learn.
You know what? Boxing has helped me a lot actually. You know, I watch. I've seen it help a kid more than boxing is really good for kids that don't have a lot of self confidence. You know, the kid that walks down with his head down. You know, I had a little kid. I used to train kids in my garage at one point in time. I lived in Elk Grove, and I had this kid that walked up to the house and. Yeah, a bunch of little brothers and little Mexicans in there. And, you know, they're kind of hardcore little kids, and they're all talking smack. You know, a few cuss words here and there. You know, as an adult, you were like that too as a kid. You know, all kids like that. You know, that's just kind of what they do. Kids that are in the boxing gym anyways. Not all of them, but not especially now. But there was this little kid that walked in and came in with his mom. Mom said, "Hey, can you train my kid? You know, blah, blah, blah. He's kind of real shy, you know, blah, blah, blah. He get picked on a lot." And I said, "Sure, yeah." So I worked with him for the first couple, maybe a month or so. And, you know, I introduced him to everybody. And everybody was talking smack. "Hey, man, give him a break. He's new, you know." And I don't know when it happened. I never saw it coming. I just noticed that one day, it might have been 3 months later. One day, he instead of walking up the driveway with his head down like this and walking like this, he comes in. He's talking smack. He's talking smack to this kid. They're trying to cap on him. He's capping back. I'm going, when the hell did this happen? His confidence level went from below 0 to minus 1,000. I mean, to plus 1,000.
Plus 1,000.
You know, it was amazing. And that's what boxing does. It gives you confidence. It gives you, and watch, just because it gives you confidence in boxing, it gives you confidence in all sorts of things in life. You know, because if you can win a fight, if you can beat a guy who's a trained fighter, just like you, and win, it puts a lot of confidence in yourself. It gives you a lot of confidence. It makes you feel that you can go out and do anything. You know, and in reality, I tell people that all the time. You can do anything you put your mind to it. You have to think it. You have to envision it. You have to see yourself doing it and accomplishing it, and then go out and work hard enough to get it done. That's what you got to do. You know, and that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah. So, did you ever have any kind of confidence issues, or because I mean, I've known you for over 18 years, and you've always been.
I've been like this my whole life.
You've been like your whole
I've been
life.
like this my whole life. You know.
So, because you said boxing helps with confidence a lot. What age did you start boxing?
I started at 10.
Oh, 10 years old.
And I started because I was always fighting in the street anyway. So, my brother's training. My brother was fighting before I was. My brother Sal Lopez, and he's from Sacramento. He was rated number 3 in the world at one time, and he's a really, really, really good boxer. And you know, but he got an eye injury, so the doctor said either quit or lose your eye. So he quit and came close, but never got a chance to make it. You know. So.
Yeah. Then when you retired from boxing, what was the first thing you did after you retired?
Partied.
How long did you party for?
Well, it was about a little over a year, a little over a year.
It's a long party.
Yeah, really, it never stopped. And then the attorney came out and said, "Hey, pendejo, you're kind of blowing all your money. You need to go open a business and start something, or get a job, or do something. But you need to stop. You know, you need to start getting serious." So, and I thought about it. I mean, you know, because these are guys that have shit going on. They have shit going on because they have common sense. They have a desire. You know, and at that time, even although I was just retired, I wasn't that young. I was 30, 32. Well, 29 when I retired, but 30 when I think he told me 31, turning 31. When he told me to finally, hey, pendejo, kind of settle down. I really didn't settle down until I was like 35. But you know, I calmed down a little bit more, so I got a job as a PI. I didn't like that because everybody wanted me to go check on my husband, check on my wife. Man, ain't no peeping Tom. Go check on them yourself. Shit, you know. So I didn't do that. And then I got into the bail bonds business, and I did that for 24 years, and that was a fun business. And
24 years, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long career. And then and now I do plumbing, and so and I like plumbing. Plumbing is a good job, man. Watch. Plumbing it costs a lot. Yeah, you don't get in. Plumbing is really, really expensive, and you know, but lucky for those of you that are in Sacramento or surrounding Sacramento areas, I am the cheapest guy that you'll see that's going to do it right to do your plumbing. I am the cheapest. I don't care what the big commercials tell you or the big guys, the big trucks. I got a box truck too, big deal. But I tell you what, I do a better job than they do. I do just as good. I do better.
What area are you servicing?
I do the Sacramento area and surroundings. You know, Roseville. I'll go to El Dorado Hills if it's worth it. You know, I'm not going to go to El Dorado Hills to change the faucet. You know what I mean? But you know, if it's a few things going on, yeah, I'll definitely make the ride. But I mostly service Sacramento, Elk Grove, Woodland. You know, Placer County. You know, like Roseville. I'll go out to Roseville.
So if for people to get a hold of you, what's a good phone number for them to call?
Oh, yeah, it's you can ask Surrey. I'm on Surrey.
Tony Tiger Plumbing.
Tony the Tiger Plumbing and Handyman Service. I got a list of handymen, so we all work together. And what I did is got the best handyman that I could find, really, because I'm not a handyman. I'm a real plumber, and so you know, so I got these handymen. And so I tell them, hey man, look, if I ever get a complaint for you, I'm not referring you anymore. I've never gotten complaints out of any of them. You know, they're all really good. They're affordable. They're not trying to break your bank account. You know, and they're really good guys, and they're trustworthy. So I got a group of guys. I got guys that'll build you a house if you want to build a house. So just let me know.
And they'll do the job right. Verified
and they'll do it right the first time.
Tony Tiger.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did it turn off?
Yeah. we got to the. That's the bottom.
Yeah. You asked all of them?
Yeah, I think so.
No, last time. Okay, Tony. So we got some questions here that we wanted to ask Tony because obviously we want to learn everything, how he became a star. And on one of the shows of last week on his channel, I asked him a question that I really like. Let me see if I can find it here. So, Tony, what do you think what separates you from the crowd? Like, because you were a 3 times world champion in boxing. Like, this is something that a lot of boxers would love to have, especially 3 times. So, what does separate you from the rest, from all the boxers? How you became the #1 boxer on your best time? How did you do that? What did you do different as everybody else?
The will to win. You know, here's a funny conversation. I seen a guy that we trained with when I was growing up. We always trained together. We trained for years together. And I seen him. I don't remember where I seen him. Just seen him out and about in Sacramento. And he goes, and we met up. And he goes, "Hey, Tony." We're talking. He goes, "Man, I can't believe you made it, man. You did it. You know." And he goes, "Man," he goes, "And you weren't even the best fighter in the gym." But it's true. He ain't lying. He goes, "You wasn't even the best fighter in the gym." I go, "I know, huh?" And he goes, "How'd you do it?" I go, "I didn't quit." I go, "I never quit." You know, and that takes you over the top sometimes. Sometimes you beat. I think desire, the desire to win, and the attitude of not quitting, will take you over. Watch, I beat a lot better fighters than me. They were better fighters than me. Molina would beat the crap out of me 7 days out of 7 days if I let him. You know, he was fast, he was furious, he was sharp, his punches was crisp, and he moved around a lot. You know, what I did is had to figure out how to get him into a fight. You know, because I could never outbox him, so I had to get him into a fight. You know, boxing is not a hard game to figure mentally. People think it is, and it can be for a lot of folks. If fighters give you trouble, box them. If boxers give you trouble, make them fight. Take them out of their game. You know, like Molina was a boxer. I'm not a boxer. I'm a fighter. So the first fight was close. It was give and take. I think we got a draw. I think that's what it was. Second one, I got a blow in the eye socket, but I still finished, and they stopped it. Finally stopped in the 10th. Thank God. It hurt. And then the third time, you know, and then the media had me out for dead. They really did. They told me, "Go retire." I was like, you know. And then one day I just started going back to the gym on my own. Didn't tell nobody. Just started going back to the gym. Next thing you know, my dad, who was my manager, comes out and he goes, he comes into the gym. He goes, "You started training again?" He goes, "You gonna fight again?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Who are you gonna fight?" I go, "Molina." And he goes, that was after the blown eye socket. And he goes, "You sure?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Who you want first?" I go, "Molina." And then he goes, "Okay." He goes, I'll set it up.
How long were you out of the ring after the second fight with him before you
eye
got into
socket?
the third one? Yeah.
The eye socket put me out for like 6 to 8 months.
So 6 to 8 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then before you fought with Molina was your last fight, right? How long ago till after the second one were you guys back in the ring?
Close to about a year.
Close to about a year.
Yeah.
So you didn't no tune-up fight, no nothing.
No.
You just said, "Hey."
Yeah.
So that's very nice. Like that is what I've always said, especially on this channel. Like never give up, not being afraid of failing. Like just keep going, even if you're gonna fail. I mean, if you're scared of failing, you're never gonna find success. So it's a matter of keep losing, not being scared to lose. Like continue going. It doesn't matter how many times you lose, how many times you fail. You gotta continue. Never give up. Never stop. Like Tony says. I want everybody to know the story that you told last time too. When you had the motorcycle accident, a couple weeks, or tell us a little bit about what happened.
Which one?
Who you?
A couple of
Oh man, the one that you hurt your neck. And you were like 3 days before the fight. Your neck was okay.
The Walker's fight.
No. Watch this. You got kind of right and kind of wrong. No, I had gotten in a motorcycle accident when I've been driving since I was 10. So I've been on the road driving a car since I was 10. But I'm 60, so 50 years ago, Sacramento was a cow town, and so you could do stuff like that pretty much. And so I was driving. I worked in an auto body shop on Elder Creek Road. I lived in South Sac. So I'm driving down the road in Elder Creek. It's raining. It's at night. And I'm on a CL100 Honda, and I'm going down. The rain's coming down.
No helmet.
No helmet. No, there was no helmet. So we're driving down. The roads were wet. And I remember this car was coming. There was 2 lanes going this way, a middle left lane turn, and 2 lanes going, this way and this way, right? In the middle turn lane. I remember seeing this car get in the middle lane because my head was down. He got in the middle lane. He's coming down, and then all of a sudden he comes in my lane, coming straight at me, and I'm going, "What's he doing?" And then I woke. It's like the old shit factor. I went, "Oh crap!" So I remember pushing my front brake, and my bike started to do this. So I let go, and I hit I was hitting my back brake. And all I remember is my back tire going zzz in the water. And you know what it felt like? And it felt like you're running real as fast as you can and just went into a wall. That's exactly what it felt like. Wow. And then I remember opening my eyes. As soon as I hit, I opened my eyes. And then, and it was weird. Honestly, God, I thought I was dead. Because I felt real light. I looked up at the sky. It was black. It was nighttime. And it was black sky, but you could see the rain falling on my face. But I felt really, really light, like really crazy. Like I felt weird, and I didn't know what was behind me. So I'm flying through the air at this time, and this all happens within seconds. So I got hit. My legs hit my handlebars, threw me over. That's what saved me. Instead of going through the windshield, I hit my legs and threw me over the car. And as I'm flying over the car, I'm like this, and all the rain's coming down. I felt real crazy, real light. And so instead of doing this, I don't know why I didn't do that. I did this. And as soon as I did that, I went, bam, I hit the street. And then I was like 35 feet away from the accident. So I flew kind of far.
Ooh, that's far.
I flew kind of far.
And how many days before the fight was that?
Oh no, that wasn't before any. No wait, I'll tell you what. No, that's how I got the jacked up neck. Because back then, in them days, I was only like 16 years old, or 15, and 15 because I had a bike at the time, and then so they didn't know about chiropractor back then, so my nerves just went around because my neck got jacked up, and I guess it pinched the nerve or did something because I not pinched the nerve, jacked up my neck, my nerves had to move around. So now I'm sparring. This 1988 first Lockridge fight. We're sparring in up in Auburn, California, training. I get hit in my neck, and I didn't feel it at first. But when the sparring got over it, my neck I started getting really, cooling down. My neck got really stiff. I couldn't move my head either 1 inch either way, and it hurt really, really bad. And our old neighbor, who happened to be a chiropractor, just a new chiropractor at the time, not new, but fairly new chiropractor at the time, had his office in Roseville. And so they said, well, we need to go to Geiger Chiropractic in Roseville. And then we go, okay. And I'm going down I couldn't move my neck. I couldn't move it a half inch either way. And so we get down there, we do all our stuff, takes x-rays, he does all that stuff. He goes, here, lay down on the couch. So I lay down, he goes, drop your shoulder. He goes, drop your shoulder, test me on my shoulder. So I went like this. When I went like this, he goes, crack. Dude, it hurt. Oh my God, it hurt. It hurt bad. And I went, oh my God, because my neck was all jacked up. And he goes, we're going to do this a few days. And there was only 7 or 8 days before the fight, before the first Lockridge fight. And then so I had to stop sparring, had to come back. The only thing, the next day I felt a little bit better. And then I trained really, really light, had to do light training, no more sparring, light training, like this, like that. And then about 2 days before the fight, I had 0 pain. He fixed it. And I never had a problem with it. Yeah, I was just right place, right time, I guess.
Anybody else would have quit or would have gave up or something.
Oh yeah, no, that was my first title fight. I wasn't gonna give up. Couldn't quit. No.
Let's see. We got another question here. Did you want to retire?
When I retired.
When are you retired?
Yeah, you know what, dude? I was an old fighter. I was 30. 1 week for my 36th birthday. Now they fight till they're 80 or 90. Who knows? But back then, when I fought Lockridge, they considered him an old man, and he was 29.
He was 29.
Yeah, he was 29. But back then, that's how it was. Boxing was much more hardcore, and your body wouldn't last as long. So at 29, you were old, and then
So I'd be old.
yeah. But if you were fighting back then,
yeah.
Today they still shit. What's called came back and won a title at, was it 50 or 40?
George Foreman.
No. A lighter, like a super middleweight or middleweight came back. Was it? I forgot who it was.
Oh, Bernard Hopkins.
Bernard Hopkins came back when he was like 50.
I think he was 48.
48.
48 years old.
Came back at 48, won a world title. I mean, come on. So where's the competition at? You know what I mean? It dwindled, obviously. You know. But you know, it's always.
So what do you think is? What's the difference besides the purses? Is it, you think it's the, like, besides what people are making in the boxing, that's making people back then, like you said, people took a beating. The 29-year-old was already a beat up fighter, or nowadays people fight 40, 50 years old and they're still fighting.
I think the training has tamed down a little bit. They don't train as hard. Everybody wants to fight a fight they can win. Nobody's willing to take a fight that they might lose. You know, no one wants to get hit hard no more. I mean, it's not like it was. I mean, and even before my time, the Little Red Lopez's, the Bobby Chacon's, you know, they're all tougher than me. You know, and you see my parties here and there at the boxing functions. You see my parties, you talk to them, you know, we always talk smack to each other. Oh man, I whoop you, man. And one time I went back and I go, man, let's watch these fools fight. 'Cause I remember watching them fight when I was a kid. But I go, shit, maybe they would have whipped me. You know, because they were tougher. You know, They trained harder. I mean, they didn't have the diet we had. You know, like even when I dieted old school, like how they died. They dieted because my dad used to box, and he goes,
basically not eating anything.
Yeah, you just stop eating. You stop drinking water. You stop eating, and you kill your body. You know, I had doctors tell me, Tony, you won't live past 55.
How old are you now?
You prove them wrong.
Yeah, no. Watch this. I had a doctor, a friend of ours, said, man, the way you're eating, your organs are going to shut down before you're 50. He goes, you won't live past 50. And he goes, man, your organs will shut down. You can't. He goes, you everything you do is the opposite of what I learned in medical school. He goes, you can't do that. He goes, I don't even know how you're doing it now.
You still became a world champion.
Yeah, well, you know, I was still a world champion when he was telling me this. He said, man, you just can't do that. He goes, you're killing yourself. One time, this is a true story. One time, he lives in El Dorado Hills, nice horse ranch, and he's having a party. He invited me up. So he goes, come on up. So me and Kat went up there, and I, pull into my car. I drive up and I park, and he comes out to greet me, right? I get out of the car like normal, and he goes, whoa. He goes, you can walk? But he's serious. He's not kidding. Yeah. And I go, because I totally forgot about the conversation years ago, because that was years ago he told me this. And I go, yeah. I go, why? He goes, how's your health? I go, I'm never sick. I'm good. He goes, you're never sick? Nothing hurts on you? I go, no. I got no pain. I'm never sick. I'm good. He goes, Matt, and then he reminded me of that conversation we had. He goes, by all means, through what I've learned in medical school, you should be dead. He goes, man, it's amazing. He goes, when you die, I want to do an autopsy.
Autopsy. Mm-hmm. Well, you proved them wrong.
Nah, I told him he can do it when I croak.
You can repeat it in case they can't hear me. But at any point in your career, did you ever feel like quitting?
At any point in my career, did I ever feel like quitting? No. During a fight?
No, just during your career.
During your career.
Yeah. You know what? I did. You know what it was? Honestly, the last fight. I like, man.
Right before you right before you retired, but before that, before you retired, or before you were world champion, was there any times that you thought about, hey, I don't want to do this no more. I can't.
No.
So the whole time,
even the fight before that one, I went to Reno and fought a kid because I was an old fighter with a good name. So who do you want to beat to make yourself go up in the rankings? An old fighter with a good name. So I went to Caesars when it was in Lake Tahoe.
Like tall.
And then I was fighting a kid who was 23, and those are the ones you stay away from when you get older, the kids, you know. So he was 23, 3 years of age. I think he was 24-0 with like 18 or 19 knockouts. And you stay away from those guys because those kids, they fight and they hit hard. So, but that's who I was fighting. And so I go, well, okay, whatever, I don't care. So I go out there. He was actually favored. I think it was 4-1, 3-1 or 4-1. And then I went by the odd makers. I told him, you guys messed up. And I did that. They looked at me like right through me. It was crazy. And anyways, so the fight came. We fought. I knocked him out like the fourth. It was either the fourth or sixth round. I don't remember anymore.
Man, that would have been a good fight to put money on you.
Yeah, huh? No, yeah,
Or
really.
was
Well, I can't say that. Yeah.
Well, you couldn't say that.
Yeah.
One of the things behind the
Doors.
Behind the doors.
Yeah.
What daily habits or routines do you believe contributed to your success? Do you think there's anything a habit you had or something a routine you've had that helped you get your success?
You know what helped me take a better punch? Neck exercises.
Like, oh,
Yeah. Neck exercises. You know what? How many gyms have you ever been into in your life and see somebody do neck exercises?
you're actually, because I boxed for, you're the first coach that told me, hey, you do some, when the first time you told me to do those, I was like,
Tell those.
what are those? So
But you never see nobody doing it. But wait, don't you get hit in the head all the time?
Yeah.
Don't you have a strong neck? Hell yeah, it helps you. It gives you a better chin. It helps you take better punches. It really does. You know. Matter of fact, guess what? I still do them. I do them when I go to 24-hour fitness. I do every day. I go about 5 days a week now. But guess what? I'll do my necks and sit-ups 4 or 5 days a week, all the time. And I do 60 60 every way.
6 every way, backwards, sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how important do you think your coaches or your mentors were towards your journey?
Oh, they're everything. I mean, they can see you. They are either going to make you or break you. Those are the ones that make you or break you. Besides you can make and break you, but so does your trainer. Depends on how good he is. Does he review your opponents? Like when you first start off, no one's going to review your opponents, man. You're going to fight another guy with no fights, and he's going to come out and then guess what?
There's nothing to review.
There's nothing to review. Yeah. When you start fighting 10 rounders or maybe even 8 rounders, you start fighting them. Okay, they're going to have a name. They're going to have some kind of fights already. You can start checking out the records. You can start doing that. That's when you start doing your homework. Up until that, you got to hold your own. There's a point. I think I was 20 something or no. Before I fought a guy named Tony Pep from somewhere. I forgot where he was from, but he was another. I don't want to say country, but another part of. I don't remember where he's from, but he was some kind of champion from someplace. I was rated number 10 in the world at the time, and then I knocked him out in like the 6th or 7th round, something like that. And then I took his space at number 10 in the world. And that's how I got the title fight.
So what were you ranked when you fought Lockridge?
Number 10.
Number 10?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So looking back to your career, because before you were, the celebrity Tony Tiger Lopez, and then when you finally became a champion, there's a big change, right? Because now you're the world champion, everybody knows you. How was it, because when you became the celebrity, how was it hard to balance your life to continue to box?
It wasn't really that hard. You know what, man? I talk a lot of smack. I joke a lot. Well, you know me. So
I've known you for a long time.
Yeah, and I've never changed.
You're the same person.
I'm the same person I was
you
before.
Treat
the man with no shoes, the man with the big ass house on the hill. All the same. You know what? I talk to them all the same. You know, I'm not going to change me from being me, no matter who you are. You know, but I've always been like that. I've been like that my whole life. You know, I've always treated people with respect. If you don't know me, I talk a lot of smack. I like talking a lot of shit.
He talks a lot.
Yeah, and I do.
But you usually do that to the people you know.
I'm
right?
comfortable.
They're comfortable.
Yeah, if I just met you, I get a really good feel for people. Either I can start joking and talking smack, or I won't. And if I don't, that means I'm watching you like you watching me. You know, and that's really what it is.
What was it? I mean, like for you, it must have not been hard, but for other people, it's probably hard because once you became the world champion, you got all the money, the fame, celebrity status. A lot of people change when they get that.
Yeah, you know what I did, man? I did the same thing I did before I won the title. I hang around the same people I did before I won a world title. I really didn't change too much. Over the years, things change because people change, and I didn't change. You know, maybe some of the people I hung out with changed. Maybe you know, there's a few times. I mean, obviously, I'm not perfect, so I'm only human. So you know, I don't think I changed. What I got done with would probably tick me off was I got tired of people just taking advantage. You know, because people do that. You know, and I'm just like, hey man, look, it's kind of like today. Even now, people act like you're dumb. I play stupid. I'm far from stupid. You know, I'm very street smart. I have a lot of knowledge. I fool a lot of people. I fool a lot of people because they want you to be dumb. They want to dumb you down and make them look good. If you want to dumb me down, make yourself look good, go ahead and have it. I don't care until you piss me off. And then, you know, I'm serious, man. When someone pisses me off, piss me off enough, I'll just hit you. I don't care. You know, yeah. I mean, I'm a fighter. That's what I do. You know, I'm not the baddest man in the world. I'm definitely not the biggest man in the world. So, but I'm
6'1".
yeah, but you know, I ain't afraid of anything. You know, I'm not afraid. I don't care. You know what? I've been hit my whole life. You think you hit me is gonna bother me? It ain't gonna bother me. You know, I'll take it and keep coming. And here we go. You know, so and that's really how I am, man. I like to be nice. I'm a humble guy. I talk a lot of smack. I talk to smack is what I do, but all I do is talk smack, and you know, it's for fun. You know, because that's what my life is. It's fun. I don't want it to be work. I don't want it to be sad. I want it to be fun. You know, so that's kind of how I kind of live it.
Make the best out of it.
Right.
Pretty much. Looking back to your career, is there anything? What do you want your legacy to be remembered? Or anything that you would have wanted to change, or are you content with it?
You know what? I'm pretty content with it. I've done a lot of stuff. You know, I met a lot of people. I got to do a lot of things. You know, boxing has brought me stuff that I would never have done in my life. I've been to South Africa. I went to South Africa to fight over there during apartheid. I'm the only entertainer to go to South Africa during apartheid to put on a show. I didn't give a shit. I just went, you know, because you know why? Because I've never been. I wanted to go. Of course I'm going to go. You know, how many people are going to go to South Africa? I stayed at a place called, if you ever go to South Africa, there's a place called The Palace outside of Johannesburg. If you can or are able to go to the Sun City, South Africa, go to the place called The Palace. It is the utmost beautiful place to be in the world. And I'll tell you, you go to South Africa and you don't expect to see girls, white girls there, but there's a ton of them. You know, they're all beautiful, but you know, you go to South Africa and see blonde-haired, blue-eyed girls and green-eyed girls walking everywhere. Like, where the hell did you come from? You know, but they're South African. They were born and they're South African. Now in South Africa you learn that kids can speak, like I think they said 4 to 6 different languages, because language changes so much. It's Afrikaan. There's all kinds of, you know, all kinds of them, and it was great. I had a great experience, you know, being there. It was fun, you know.
What's your most memorable, I guess, adventure fight that you've been? Because you fought all over the world. You said you fought in Africa. You fought in Vegas. You're
Mexico.
You're known for, I I think you're one of the most. You fought a lot in your hometown, right, Sacramento?
Yeah.
So what's your most memorable place you traveled for a fight?
Probably South Africa.
I kind of thought so. I was like,
South
you're talking about it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like,
You know, you have to go there, man. That place is just, and it's a gambling resort, and their money is just called rands. And so my mom was down there. My mom's a gambler, so she likes to gamble, and so. You know, she's out there gambling. She has no idea what the rands are worth. She's just putting money out there. They had to escort her back to her room. She had made so much money. Yeah, for real, they escorted her back to her room. And she's, you know what? I don't know. I'm sure she told me what she made, but she didn't know she made that much. And she made a ton.
she made a lot of money.
Yeah, she made so much. She got an escort back to her room. You know. So you know, everything there was good, man. It was cool. Yeah.
So what kind of message, like, for all these young athletes, all these people that are like, hey, I want to be a world champion? What kind of message would you send these kids?
The truth.
The truth, yeah.
I'm sending them the
you're
truth.
A truthful guy, so I know.
I'm sending them the truth. If you're gonna train, not just in boxing, in anything. I don't care if it's not a sport. If you're gonna get into business, if you're gonna do whatever you do it the best you can. No, that's wrong. Be better than everybody else. Work overtime. Be the first one. And there's that little cliche: be the first to get there and the last to leave. It's true. Be the first to get there and the last to leave, and work your ass off while you're there. If it's with your mind or your hands, do what you got to do. And there ain't no job that's a bad job, because any job that's worth having is a job, and it's a good job. As long as it pays, it's paying bills. That's what it does. So don't be ashamed of where you're at on that totem pole, because everybody starts here. It's where you end up that counts. It really is. So, I became a plumber 6.5 years ago. I knew nothing about plumbing. A friend of mine says, here, come work for me. I own a plumbing business. He gave me a job. I got a job making $15 an hour. I haven't made $15 an hour ever. So I got a job making $15 an hour. And then he goes, what do you want to do? I go, I want to learn plumbing. He goes, okay. He goes, but we have guys that do this. We have guys that do that. No. He goes, what do you mean? I go, I want to start at the bottom. He goes, you don't want to do that. He goes, that's digging and you don't want to do that. I go, yeah, I do. He goes, no, you don't. Because he took me to lunch, to go to a business lunch. I don't want to do business lunches. I want to learn the plumbing. So he goes, no, you don't want to do that. He goes, man, you have to dig. It's dirty. It's messy. You don't. I got, how am I going to explain to my workers when I own my business how to dig if I've never done it? So he goes, okay. So for like about a year and a half, I was digging ditches and trenches, and no shame in my game. I do what I got to do. And then after that, after I learned all that stuff and knew what I was doing, then I started doing little pipes here, little pipe stuff here, little pipe stuff there. Then I started doing bigger, and I started working with Larry. Larry is like the real plumber of the company. He does anything and everything. I went with Larry, and I'm looking at stuff going, the hell is that? But he knows so much. He does all kinds of stuff. But it was really interesting and very educating. So, and that's how I kind of got down with plumbing,
Do you have any projects that you're excited about now, or any events?
I'm excited about a project that I have. My project now is my granddaughter, Elena, and so she's going to be one. So I'll be going to Florida here pretty soon, and so they live out in Florida. So that's my new project now. So, but I like training fighters. I train you and a couple other guys, and what would be nice is when you guys fight, just yell out Tony Tiger Plumbing.
Hey, we'll wear it in the shorts.
There you go. I mean, life has been fun for me, man. I'm not complaining, and I'll be the last to complain. But I don't know. I just kind of try to enjoy it.
So I mean, you've had a pretty eventful life.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting. You've been through a lot of stuff. So I mean, the boxing, that's only a few on the whole. Not too many people get to experience that lifestyle. What do you enjoy the most? Your boxing time, your time in the bail bond industry, or your time at plumbing? What do you find more fun?
Obviously, you know what? Because of the people you meet, the things you get to do, even not as much now, obviously, but I still do a lot of golf tournaments. I still do a lot of stuff in our community, in this community, outside the community. I go to other states to play. I do all kinds of stuff, and so that's always neat when people remember you. It is fun. Or you get a kid. Young 20 years old, and he goes, man, I've seen some of your videos. You're a bad dude, man. I love you, man. I love the way you. It's a feel good, and I don't know, man. I think out of everything I've done, I actually like plumbing. I think it's fun. I like the people. People are cool. And,
You're a people person.
Yeah, I am, and so, but I'd have to say, winning world titles.
I mean, there's nothing that's gonna. That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, what kind of adrenaline could match that? That's kind of a hard one to match.
Okay, watch this. Tatiana, you didn't hear this from me. My daughter. Okay, watch this. Win a world title. Have a kid. What's more exciting?
I mean, I'd say probably win a world title, right?
Having a kid, it's easy. Ask me about it.
He has how many kids?
No. No, I mean really. So watch this. Next time you see some world champion walking around or a really good fighter, it has to be a world champion. Next time you see a world champion anywhere, ask them if they have kids. Go, do you have kids? They said yes. So I want to ask you a question. What was more exciting, having a kid or winning a world title? See what they say.
I mean, I'm sure.
And then get back to me.
Their wife is gonna have to not be around, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or the kid.
Yeah, the kid's not. Yeah, or never see the video. You know what I mean?
So how would you define success both inside of the ring and then outside of the ring? Like what would be your definition?
My honest definition.
Your honest definition.
Look, man. I think a successful person is someone that gets up and goes to work and comes home. That's a successful person, man. You got a job, you have a home to come home to, you got kids. Even if you don't have kids, you got a job and a home to come home to. And you got a few, I don't give a shit if it's change in your pocket. You got money in your pocket. And especially in today's times, that's success. If you could do better than that, if you come home with hundreds in your pocket and you have a big house, nice boat, and more power to you. That's successful too. But just because you don't have all that doesn't mean you're not successful. I think what makes me successful is not my boxing career. What makes me successful is having a kid out there that's doing really well for herself. That makes me successful. The boxing is like a bonus to that, but that's the prize. When you have kids and your kids grow up to be successful, and they have things, they have houses, they're married, they have kids, they're doing things, and they have money in the bank, and they're banking more, and they're doing this. That's successful because somehow, some way, you did something right to cause that. So I think a lot of that is with the parents. How successful your kids are. A lot of the parents. Yes, sir.
All right, Tony, it was very nice having you here. I've known you for a lot of years. Thanks for being part of What Men Talk About.
All right. So this is what men talk about?
This is what men talk about.
All right.
It's one of the things men talk about.
Okay, one of the things. I don't know what to say.
And then so we got some merch.
We got some merch, guys. If you guys want to... What does this one say? I forgot. It says... The days that matter the most are the days that you don't want to go. I've said that before on the channel, so I made a shirt of the sweater on it. So I'll be putting the link on the description if you guys want to get one. And also the one I'm wearing, I don't know if you guys can see it. What does this one say?
A shitty workout is better than no workout.
Shitty workout is better than no workout. I don't know if they can see it. I can't see it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going to be putting this on online. We'll put the description. We'll put the link on the description so you guys can get one if you guys want to. That way it will support our channel, and hopefully we can do this for a living, and that way we can do more videos on a regular basis.
Don't forget to go to 12 Rounds of Adrenaline
and subscribe.
Tony, he got his own channel.
And if you want to have Tony in your house, call him up and pay him to do some plumbing. There you go.
Yeah, offer me dinner or something.
There you go.
I'm hungry.
What's the phone number again to reach him if they got any plumbing issues?
For Tony the Tiger Plumbing is 916-589-0455.
There you go. All right,
like,
guys.
share, and subscribe. Peace.
Turn that off.
All right, cool.